you. We'll run away and find a place of our own. Follow the coast on down to Mexico, into the blue. So
who gives this woman in marriage to this man?
Her mother and I.
Kiss her goodbye. Are you ready to marry this woman?
I was at home probably a couple of weeks and got one of those calls from Lori. I knew she was being Lori. And she throws a bunch of stuff at me and says, at one point, she goes, "Oh, by the way, I want you to say grace for dinner." I'm like, okay. And I said, well, you know what, I could whip out any Catholic from my previous religious path. And I thought, there's got to be somewhere better to do this. So anyway, Father Lopez, our family priest, he used to do this type of stuff. He's 89 now, couldn't make it. So I thought, what about my mom, Carol? She lives in church, she goes to these prayer meetings and stuff, and we're even elect her, right? So with that, I'd like to introduce Carol, and she's going to go ahead and say the grace.
I guess it makes me old when I show up with paper as opposed to my little cell phone, which I would have lost or wouldn't have been charged or something. So, by the way, Claire's story. I won't swear, but half of my material, after I told it to her in the car coming over here. Thank you, Claire. Appreciate it. That's why I wanted to go first. Most of you don't know that Tom was a friend of Claire's first, which you do now. But also repeated. Now, Tom showed up first with some friends of Claire's, and as I said, the first time I saw him, I don't even know if I remember him. I do remember Lori and Tom's first encounter when he told him to get the hell out of the house. I was going to mention that also. And you know what? So nothing really, I don't pay attention to a lot of things, as you all know. But one afternoon I'm coming home and I see the infamous blue Taurus out in front. That's interesting. Tom's probably by. I don't see Claire's car. I'm like, what's he doing here? Where's Maggie? I'm like, okay, still, once again, I really don't pay attention to the whole thing. So the rest of the summer, Tom's coming by, weird little, they're both so innocent. I mean, go down to the basement and probably watch cartoons. But he stuck in there. So Maggie's going off to TCU. She's a year older, not like Cradle Robert older, just a year older. I figure she's going to Texas for school, and Tom's still at Rockhurst, and I didn't want to stay. Who knows what's going to happen? But Tommy boys, I love to refer to him as, he hung in there. Tom had to come up with a strategy, and we knew he's going to Mizzou to follow, his spirit guide, Lou, and all his boys. So he knew he had to come up with a different angle than that. All right. So he starts, and I don't remember reading it, but literally, I believe he did a PowerPoint and sent it to us, or showed it to us, giving the advantages and the key reasons that Maggie should transfer to TCU. So I still think this thing is pretty much a joke. You've got to understand, all right? I grew up as a UCLA fan my entire life, saw a lot of great games out there, and I married into this family. I think everybody went to KU, so I didn't even have a choice in the beach, okay? And of course, Bob's third row bench seats didn't, hurt too much. But so the thought of Maggie going to Missouri, I remember telling her, I'm like, fine, you do it. You're going to tell your grandfather, right? But I'm still thinking this is, freshman year. She's, a little homesick. She'll be, everything will be fine. She'll stay there. But I will say the crux moment that when it all changed, we're driving to the airport. It was I think it was right after Christmas break. And you could tell Maggie, she was a little, something was on her mind. Now, if it would have been Claire, it'd be like, hey, Dad, not digging TCU, got a boyfriend at MU, I'm transferring next semester, here's where you send the money, okay? But Maggie's always been a little bit more shy/awkward on these types of things. But, I knew something was on her mind. So we're getting there. You do get a lot out of your kids when they have to talk to you in the car going to the airport. That's when I gave my best lectures, lock them down, turn the tunes off. So anyway, Maggie starts in on this whole, and she's obviously a smart child, and she's got it all organized, and she's giving me these point after point after point. By the way, I'm doing pretty well. Every objection I came up with, I thought I was really doing well on this one. We kind of got to a crux moment. You see the exit for the airport, and all of a sudden, what? Maggie pulled what card? Started crying. Okay, as all of you who have daughters know, once you're done. So, long story short, Maggie ended up transferring to MU. Anyway, Maggie, she goes to MU, and obviously they start spending more time. We've known how long you've dated forever. I feel like Tom grew up with them, with us. They both have awesome groups of friends. I've known I've coached half of the girlfriends of Maggie's, as well as all the guys. And then it was kind of interesting when we meet Tom. Well, half of them I already knew because they were friends of Claire's, but they both have awesome groups of friends. But until they actually merged, one of the things I respect about their relationship is that it's far more mature, probably than mine. But they would do things on their own. There was no jealousy. There was trust and commitment, and you guys really didn't fight that much. Kind of pissed me off. Maggie would try to, and Tom just wouldn't fight. He's like, everything's good there. And I have learned some things from Tom on that. I still have not actually implemented them, but I did. So anyway, but it's been a wonderful pleasure having Tom in the family. I guess it just started, but having Tom around, as Lou said, intermingling and meeting both families, etc. And it's been a good experience. So with that, everybody lift your glass.
Peter!
You're happy to be part of this family now?
So happy.
It's a great scene, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.